There is a silent alarm that goes off inside millions of bodies every single day, and most of us have been taught to simply ignore it. It starts subtly in the morning. You wake up feeling relatively light, your stomach feels calm. But then, after your first meal, something begins to shift. A gentle pressure builds. By midday, your pants feel tighter around the waist. By evening, you feel like you're carrying a heavy, inflated balloon under your shirt. This daily cycle of bloating is so common that people have accepted it as normal, a simple consequence of eating or a sign of getting older. But it is not normal. It is a clear, consistent signal that something deep within your digestive system is out of balance and crying out for help. And what's most concerning is that this message is almost always misunderstood. The discomfort is more than just physical. It becomes an emotional weight that you carry throughout your day. It's the quiet embarrassment of having to unbutton your pants after lunch, hidden under your desk. It's the social anxiety that makes you decline invitations for dinner because you know how heavy and distended you will feel afterward. This constant feeling of being swollen and full creates a frustrating disconnect from your own body, making you feel like a stranger in your own skin. Thousands of people experience this every single day, dismissing it as just a little gas or slow digestion, never realizing they are overlooking a critical red flag. They are ignoring a direct communication from their body, a plea for attention that gets louder and more uncomfortable with each passing day. And the consequences of not listening can ripple through your entire sense of well-being. But what if that persistent bloating wasn't just random discomfort? What if it was a precise language? The human body is an incredible communicator, but almost no one was ever taught how to interpret its signals, especially the ones coming from our gut. The truth is that feeling of a balloon belly is not a single problem, but the result of a hidden internal cascade, a perfect storm of trapped gas, imbalanced fermentation, and low-grade inflammation that most conventional advice fails to address. You are about to understand why cutting out salt or soda hasn't worked. Your body holds a secret to restoring balance, a way to turn off this daily alarm. And the key is not in a restrictive diet or a magic pill. It's in understanding the real reason why this is happening in the first place. This knowledge can change everything. It can restore your comfort, your confidence, and your connection to your body. You will learn to read the signs instead of just enduring the symptoms. You will finally understand what your digestive system is trying to tell you, and more importantly, how to respond with simple, effective actions that work in harmony with your body's natural design. Almost no one was taught how to listen to these internal messages until now. Before we continue on this journey of discovery, take a moment to write in the comments where you are watching from and subscribe to the channel. This is a place where we talk about the silent signals your body sends that no one else explains. To truly understand that daily bloating, you have to look deeper, past the surface-level symptoms. Imagine your digestive system not as a simple pipe, but as a highly sophisticated, intelligent processing plant. Every day, raw materials, the food you eat, arrive for processing. In a perfectly running plant, specialized workers, which are your beneficial gut bacteria, efficiently break down these materials, creating energy with minimal waste. The entire process is smooth, quiet, and effective. However, when something disrupts the factory's workflow, the system begins to break down. The pressure you feel is not a single malfunction. It's the sound of the entire assembly line grinding to a halt. It's the first sign that the internal environment has become chaotic, and the signals of that chaos are what you experience as discomfort, heaviness, and that frustratingly inflated belly. The first and most immediate cause of this pressure is trapped gas. It's a common misconception that bloating is caused simply by producing too much gas. Digestion naturally creates gas. That is a normal part of the process. The real issue is when that gas cannot move freely through the intestines to be expelled. Think of your intestines like a long, flexible garden hose. When the hose is straight, water flows through effortlessly. But if the muscles of your intestinal walls are tense or moving sluggishly, a condition known as slow motility, it can create kinks or pockets. Gas gets trapped in these pockets, building up pressure and physically distending the abdominal walls from the inside out. This is why you can feel fine one moment and suddenly feel swollen the next. It's not a new problem, but a traffic jam that has just reached a critical point. But what causes this traffic jam in the first place? This brings us to the second, deeper cause: excessive fermentation. Your gut is home to a vast ecosystem of trillions of bacteria, an inner garden of sorts. In a healthy garden, beneficial bacteria, they flowers, predominate, helping you digest food efficiently. However, if the balance is tipped, other types of bacteria and yeasts, the weeds, can take over. These organisms thrive on sugars and certain types of fermentable fibers. When they get access to these foods, they don't just digest them. They ferment them aggressively, producing a massive amount of gas, far more than your system is designed to handle. You might be eating incredibly healthy foods, but if your inner garden is overgrown with weeds, you are inadvertently feeding the very organisms that are creating your discomfort. The body has a secret to rebalancing this garden, and it's simpler than you think. This explains why even a healthy meal can sometimes leave you feeling bloated. Consider a 58-year-old woman who starts her day with a nutritious smoothie containing fruits and certain vegetables. She believes she is doing everything right, yet by lunchtime, her stomach feels tight and full. The issue isn't that the food is bad, but that it might be the wrong type of fuel for her specific internal engine at that moment. Certain highly fermentable carbohydrates, found in foods like beans, broccoli, and even some fruits, can be like high-octane fuel for those gas-producing bacteria. For a system already out of balance, this influx of fuel creates a rapid, uncontrolled fermentation process, like an engine sputtering and releasing plumes of smoke. The result is a sudden and significant increase in internal pressure, leaving her feeling confused and frustrated by her body's reaction to healthy choices. The third piece of this puzzle is a subtle, often overlooked factor: microinflammation and fluid retention. When your gut is constantly dealing with an imbalance of bacteria and the byproducts of excessive fermentation, the delicate lining of your intestines can become irritated. This irritation triggers a low-grade inflammatory response, the body's natural defense mechanism. To protect the sensitive area, your body may draw and hold on to extra fluid in the surrounding tissues, a process similar to how an ankle swells after a sprain. This retained water adds to the feeling of heaviness and swelling, contributing a dense, waterlogged sensation to the airy pressure of trapped gas. It's not just air. It's a combination of gas and fluid that creates that uncomfortable, distended feeling, making your abdomen feel both tight and heavy at the same time. So, the daily bloating cycle is not one single problem, but a perfect storm of three interconnected events. First, an imbalanced gut microbiome ferments food improperly, producing an excess amount of gas. Second, slow or tense intestinal muscles prevent this gas from moving along and being released, causing it to become trapped in pockets that distend your abdomen. Finally, the ongoing irritation from this process triggers a protective inflammatory response, causing your body to retain fluid in the area, which adds weight and intensifies the sensation of being swollen. Research from institutions like Harvard Health Publishing consistently points to the health of the gut microbiome as a cornerstone of digestive well-being. Understanding this cascade is the first step toward breaking the cycle, not by fighting the symptoms, but by addressing the root cause of the imbalance. Now that the true mechanism is clear, the path forward shifts entirely. Instead of focusing on temporary fixes that only mask the discomfort, the goal becomes restoring harmony to the entire digestive plant. It's about creating an internal environment where beneficial bacteria can thrive, where intestinal muscles can move smoothly and rhythmically, and where the gut lining is calm and protected. The first and most fundamental tool to begin this process is often the most underestimated: strategic hydration. The way you drink water, and when you drink it, can have a profound impact on your digestive fire, either helping it burn brightly or inadvertently dampening it. You are about to learn how a simple adjustment in your hydration habits can become the foundation for soothing your entire system. The most powerful solutions often begin not with force, but with gentleness. The second pillar of restoring digestive harmony involves soothing the system from the inside out, using simple, time-honored practices. The first of these is the strategic use of specific herbal teas. For centuries, cultures around the world have turned to herbs like peppermint, fennel, and ginger for digestive comfort. These are known as carminatives, a term for substances that can help to relieve flatulence. Their magic lies in their ability to gently relax the smooth muscles of the intestinal wall. When these muscles are tense, they create those pockets that trap gas. By calming these spasms, the teas help to undo the kinks in the system, allowing trapped air to move freely and be released, bringing a sense of relief and calm to an overworked gut. Applying this is remarkably simple, but the details matter. The goal is to drink these teas about an hour after your main meals, not with them. This timing prevents the liquid from diluting your digestive enzymes when they are most active. To prepare, it's best to use an infusion method. Instead of boiling the delicate leaves or seeds directly, which can destroy their beneficial volatile oils, simply boil the water first. Then, pour the hot water over a teaspoon of dried peppermint leaves or fennel seeds in a cup, cover it, and let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes. This gentle process extracts the soothing compounds effectively. A warm, unsweetened cup of one of these teas can act like a gentle internal massage, easing the pressure and providing a comforting warmth that signals to your body that it is safe to relax and let go. The next powerful tool is one your body is already designed for: gentle movement. A sedentary lifestyle, especially sitting for long periods after eating, can cause the digestive process to become sluggish. The intestines rely on a series of coordinated, wave-like muscle contractions called peristalsis to move food and gas along. Physical activity is a natural stimulant for this process. This doesn't require an intense workout. A simple 10 to 15-minute walk after lunch or dinner can be transformative. As you walk, the gentle motion of your body and the engagement of your core muscles encourage the intestines to contract rhythmically, effectively breaking up gas pockets and preventing the traffic jam that leads to bloating. It's like giving your digestive system a helping hand, encouraging it to maintain its natural, forward-moving momentum. You can enhance the effects of movement with a targeted, hands-on technique, abdominal self-massage. This is a direct way to communicate with your digestive system and help it along its path. The most effective way to do this is to lie on your back with your knees bent, which relaxes the abdominal muscles. Using the flat palm of your hand, begin making slow, gentle, circular motions around your navel, always moving in a clockwise direction. This specific direction is crucial because it follows the natural path of your large intestine, gently encouraging the contents, including trapped gas, to move toward the exit. Performing this for just 2 to 3 minutes before bed can help release the pressure that is built up during the day, promoting a more comfortable night's sleep and a lighter feeling in the morning. Of course, what you put into your body is just as important. A common point of confusion is feeling bloated even after eating healthy foods. The reality is that some highly nutritious foods, like broccoli, beans, cauliflower, and onions, are also high in certain types of fermentable carbohydrates. For a gut that is already out of balance, these foods can act like gasoline on a fire, feeding the gas-producing bacteria and leading to rapid fermentation. The key here is not elimination, but observation. Try keeping a simple journal for a week, noting what you ate and how you felt afterward. If you notice a pattern, consider reducing the portion size of a suspected food or ensuring it's thoroughly cooked, which can make it easier to digest. This is about becoming an expert on your own body, not about following a restrictive diet. While you are gently reducing the foods that may be causing excess fermentation, you can simultaneously start nourishing the beneficial bacteria that help keep your inner garden in balance. This is where prebiotic fibers come in. Unlike other foods, prebiotics are not digested by you. Their sole purpose is to serve as food for your friendly gut microbes. Think of it as adding high-quality fertilizer to your garden to help the flowers thrive and naturally crowd out the weeds. Excellent sources of prebiotics include foods like oats, leeks, asparagus, and slightly green bananas. The key is to introduce them slowly. Start with just 1 small serving a day, such as a tablespoon of oats in your morning yogurt, to allow your system to adjust. Over time, this practice helps build a more resilient and efficient digestive ecosystem. These practices, soothing teas, gentle movement, abdominal massage, and mindful eating, work together synergistically. They are not quick fixes, but rather a conversation you are starting with your body. Each action is a signal of care, helping to retrain your digestive system to find its natural rhythm of calm and efficiency. A 68-year-old man who had accepted daily bloating as a part of aging found that a simple post-dinner walk and a nightly cup of fennel tea were enough to dramatically reduce his evening discomfort within just a couple of weeks. This is the promised benefit taking shape: a life where you feel lighter, more comfortable in your own clothes, and empowered with the knowledge to maintain your digestive well-being. You are reclaiming control, one gentle and consistent step at a time. Even with the right tools, progress can be stalled by subtle but powerful mistakes. The most common error is the all-or-nothing mindset. In a burst of motivation, a person might try to implement every new habit at once: the teas, the walks, the massage, and a complete dietary overhaul. This approach is often overwhelming and unsustainable. When immediate, perfect results don't materialize, frustration sets in, leading them to abandon everything and conclude that nothing works. The consequence is a demoralizing cycle of effort and failure, reinforcing the false belief that their discomfort is permanent. The simple correction is to focus on consistency over intensity. The real accelerator is choosing just one habit, like the gentle post-dinner walk, and committing to it for a single week. This builds a foundation of success and confidence, creating positive momentum that makes adding the next habit feel natural and easy. Another significant roadblock is the misunderstanding of fiber. Upon learning that certain vegetables like broccoli or beans can cause gas, many people make the critical mistake of avoiding all fiber-rich foods. They cut out vegetables, whole grains, and legumes, fearing they are the enemy. The consequence of this is severe. It stars the beneficial bacteria in your gut that depend on prebiotic fibers to survive. This can worsen the very imbalance you are trying to fix, leading to more sluggish digestion and constipation, which in turn traps even more gas. The correction is not elimination, but smart moderation and rotation. Instead of cutting fiber out, focus on gentler, soluble sources like oats, carrots, and zucchini. The accelerator is to always pair fiber with adequate hydration. Water helps soluble fiber form a smooth, gel-like substance that soothes the intestinal tract and keeps everything moving effortlessly. Perhaps the most overlooked saboteur is chronic stress. Many people focus exclusively on the physical aspects of digestion, the food they eat and the exercise they do, while ignoring the profound connection between their mind and their gut. When you are stressed, your body enters a fight or flight mode. In this state, your nervous system diverts energy away from non-essential functions, including digestion. Your intestinal muscles tense up, motility slows to a crawl, and the entire system becomes primed for inflammation. You could be eating the most perfectly balanced meal, but if your mind is in a state of anxiety, your gut will not be able to process it efficiently. The simple correction is to take 3 slow, deep belly breaths before each meal. This small ritual can switch your nervous system into the rest and digest state. The accelerator is to put your fork down between bites, allowing you to eat more slowly and mindfully, sending a powerful signal of safety to your entire digestive system. The temptation to seek a quick fix often leads people astray. Reaching for over-the-counter gas relief medications can feel like an easy solution, and while they may provide temporary relief, they represent a fundamental error in approach. These products typically work by breaking up large gas bubbles, but they do absolutely nothing to address the root cause of why that gas is being overproduced or trapped in the first place. The consequence of relying on them is that you are effectively silencing your body's alarm system. You are masking a critical signal that your internal ecosystem is out of balance. The underlying issues of bacterial overgrowth or inflammation can continue to worsen unnoticed. The correction is to view these aids as a last resort for acute discomfort, not a daily strategy. The accelerator is to replace that habit with curiosity. When you feel bloated, take a moment to note what you ate and your stress level. This shifts your focus from masking the problem to understanding it. Even a positive habit like hydration can backfire if done incorrectly. A common mistake is drinking large volumes of water or other liquids during your meals. While staying hydrated is essential for digestive health, flooding your stomach at the same time it's trying to work can dilute your natural digestive juices, including the hydrochloric acid needed to break down proteins. When food isn't properly broken down in this initial stage, It enters the intestines in a less than optimal state, placing a heavier burden on the rest of your system. This can lead to increased fermentation by gut bacteria, ironically causing more gas and bloating. The simple correction is to time your hydration strategically. Focus on drinking your water between meals. A glass 30 minutes before eating is great, but then wait about an hour afterward to resume. The accelerator is to begin each day with a large glass of room temperature water before anything else, which gently awakens the digestive tract and supports its natural cleansing rhythms. Ultimately, the greatest error is inaction, driven by the belief that daily bloating is an unavoidable fate. Accepting this discomfort as a normal part of aging or life is to ignore a clear message from your body. The consequences of this neglect can extend far beyond physical discomfort. Chronic gut inflammation is linked to a host of other issues, from nutrient deficiencies and low energy to compromised immune function. Your gut is the foundation of your well-being, and its persistent distress signals can create ripples throughout your entire system. The correction is to reframe this symptom not as a burden, but as an invitation to engage more deeply with your body. The most powerful accelerator is simply to choose one thing, just one, and start today. Whether it's a 5-minute abdominal massage before bed or swapping your afternoon soda for a peppermint tea, that single, consistent act of care is the catalyst that can begin a profound transformation toward lightness and control. Imagine, for a moment, a different kind of day. You wake up, and instead of that familiar, underlying apprehension about what the day's meals will do to your body, you feel a quiet sense of calm. You eat your breakfast, and the feeling of lightness remains. You move through your morning, and there is no pressure building, no waistband starting to dig in. Lunch comes and goes, and still, you feel comfortable, energized, and at ease in your own skin. By evening, the dreaded balloon belly is a distant memory. This is not a fantasy. It is the natural state your body strives for when its internal ecosystem is in harmony. It's the profound peace that comes from finally understanding your body's language and responding not with frustration, but with gentle, consistent care. This is the transformation that begins when you stop fighting the symptoms and start nurturing the system. This internal calm creates ripples that extend far beyond your digestive comfort. When your body is no longer spending immense energy managing inflammation, trapped gas, and a chaotic gut environment, that energy becomes available for everything else. You may notice a clarity of mind you haven't felt in years as the brain fog that often accompanies gut distress begins to lift. Your sleep may become deeper and more restorative because your body isn't wrestling with discomfort through the night. This is the interconnectedness of well-being. A happy gut is not just about a flat stomach. It's about providing the foundational support for your entire system to function optimally. It's the difference between merely getting through the day and truly living it with vitality, presence, and a renewed sense of strength from within. With this newfound physical ease comes a powerful emotional liberation. Think back to the times you declined an invitation, chose your outfit based on what could best hide your stomach, or sat through a meeting feeling self-conscious and distracted by your own discomfort. Now, picture a life free from that burden. The confidence to wear fitted clothing without a second thought. The joy of going out to eat with loved ones, focusing on the conversation instead of the impending feeling of heaviness. This is about reclaiming the simple pleasures of life that bloating so often steals. It's about restoring the connection to your body, feeling like a trusted partner in your own health journey rather than a stranger in your own skin. You are no longer at the mercy of your symptoms. You are the architect of your own comfort. This entire journey has been about shifting your perspective. The bloating was never the real enemy. It was a messenger, a persistent and uncomfortable one, trying to deliver a critical piece of information about your internal world. By learning to interpret its signals, the timing, the triggers, the sensations, you have moved from a place of passive suffering to one of active, compassionate listening. You now understand that your body is not broken or working against you. It is a highly intelligent system that is constantly striving for balance. The tools you've learned are not about forcing it into submission, but about creating the right conditions for it to heal and regulate itself, fostering a relationship built on mutual respect and understanding. The path to this transformation does not require a giant leap, but a single, gentle step. Knowledge is powerful, but only when it is put into practice. So the question becomes not what you have learned, but what you will do. What is the one small, kind change you can commit to starting today? Perhaps it's the simple ritual of a post-dinner walk to help your digestion along. Maybe it's swapping your usual afternoon beverage for a warm cup of soothing peppermint tea. Or maybe it's just taking 3 conscious, deep breaths before you eat your next meal. Choose one thing that feels easy and achievable. That single act of care is the most powerful catalyst for change, creating a positive ripple that will build momentum for all the days to come. Remember that this journey is yours alone, a unique conversation between you and your body. The goal is not perfection, but consistent, compassionate effort. By nurturing your inner garden, you are investing in a future of greater comfort, vitality, and freedom. You are reclaiming the power to influence how you feel every single day, building a foundation of health that will support you for years to come. Your body has an incredible capacity for balance and well-being when given the right support. Listen to it, trust its signals, and be patient with the process. This content is educational and informative. It does not offer diagnosis nor medical treatment. For decisions about health, consult a qualified professional.